everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about There Is Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. So we're both super excited about a new Stephanie Perkins book, so yay.
Yep.
And she's got more coming down the pike, which is also awesome.
And we got this one at BEA.
We did. Well, and I only got like a half a arc, and it kind of stopped midway through, so I had to thankfully Becky had another arc
I'm
of
glad
it
that I was
could
able to
finish
get it.
because I would have been super mad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this book is basically what the title says it is. There's someone inside your house. A serial killer is on the loose, and students at Osborne High are turning up dead. It is impossible to know who to trust and who's committing these terrible crimes. These gruesome murders are bringing up issues from the main character, Makani's past, even as she is trying to move on in Nebraska and forget about Hawaii, where she used to live. And she's working on this new relationship with new boy Ollie, who has his own kind of troubled past. Things become increasingly more dangerous and desperate as more people turn up dead.
That's about it. So this book is basically a slasher movie.
Yeah, it's everything that you expect to see in a teen horror flick.
So,
everything.
Yeah. So the characters, you never actually really care about them because they're just the character from the slasher flick.
Well, you don't really, they're kind of cardboard cutouts of what a character would be. And they're not really developed. And I think for a lot of the book, and this doesn't give away the ending or anything, but for a lot of the book, it felt like the characters were kind of being set up to be possibly the serial killer.
Which isn't in any horror movie, yeah.
Well, yeah, but it makes it kind of impossible to like them. Because you really think that, oh yeah, they could totally kill people.
But then they reveal who is the killer, and I feel like there's 150 pages after that.
Oh, there was totally a lot after it.
And it felt like it moved really slow because of that. Because I was like, okay, well, we know what's going on. Why are we still doing this?
Yeah, and I think then it plays into the whole, the serial killer flaunts kind of the law and flaunts the actual rules of science.
Well,
to just be superhuman.
There's that too. I also think that part of the problem, I had with it, is all of her other books are told in the first person, and this is told in the third, and I just don't feel like the characters got there. There's this charm to her other books, and you like the characters, and I think you can have likable characters in a horror movie. I mean, Kevin Williamson did it with Scream.
I think you totally can. I think that in this horror book, though, I think she really needed to develop the setting, but that didn't really happen. And I don't think she's really ever had to develop setting in any of her previous books, because they've all been set in these very picturesque cities like New York, San Francisco, and France.
Right.
So I think if the setting had been better developed, and maybe, you're right, maybe if we had crawled inside the minds of first person, but if she did that, then it would be easier to kind of know or rule out who or who wasn't the murderer.
No, I think because you would only have if you only had one narrator, if Makani was the only person who was the first person view, you wouldn't have to, it wouldn't really make it less difficult to figure it out, if that makes sense. I don't know if I said that right. Just because you're seeing what she's thinking, she doesn't know who the killer is, so you wouldn't know who the killer was.
But potentially if she is the killer, then you would know that it's not her if it came from her. I'm not saying that she is or that she isn't. I'm not saying who is, but I'm just saying if you crawled inside of their mind, you would know either that they are or they are not the killer.
That is true.
So, that automatically rules one person out, and I just don't know. I can see why she didn't do that. I don't think it worked, but I can see why she didn't do that.
Yeah.
I know that her next project is not going to be horror.
Yes.
Because I really liked Anna and the French Kiss and all of those books. I really do. And I'm really kind of pulling for her. I feel bad that I didn't like this book, and I really wish that I had.
I really thought I was going to like it. And I didn't even really like the cover. I was just
See, I did like the cover. I like the neon pink mixed with the black. I liked the cover. And I really wanted to like this book, but it just didn't happen for me.
We should just rate it.
So yeah, we're going to rate it. Okay, our rating system is the unicorn system. We've got 5 unicorns all the way down to 2 unicorns. And then if it was sucktacular and doesn't deserve a horn, it is a horse.
So on Goodreads, I said 2.5, but it's going to have to be a 2 because I just can't give it a 3.
Oh, mine's definitely a 2 as
Yeah.
well. I feel bad because I
Yes.
really like her and I want to encourage her to write more because I really did enjoy her first series.
Right.
This just didn't work for me, but it was
No.
very different
It was.
than the previous
And
series.
I applaud
so
her for
maybe-
trying something different, but it just
Yeah.
didn't work for me. So that's where we are on There's Someone Inside Your House.
All right, so adios.
Bye.